Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Dawn Chorus. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, you can get it for free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game and or get the news version earlier, you can go to Patreon. $5 a month. Anyways, on the last Let's Play, we restarted Bjorn's route, where he was saying that he wanted to go get his book signed, but it was during lectures, at which point we're like, you know what, go get your book signed. You don't need to do those lectures. You can skip 1 and 2. And then we met up with him. Bjorn's happy that he got his book signed, and we got kimchi? Some kind of Japanese food. And now we're doing something else. I don't know. Let's reset my face and make sure that this is on busy. Yep, it is. And begin. It's cold outside, but the udon, oh, it's right there, is warming us up from the inside. The neon glow seeing us off as we walk away from the square. That was a nice experience. Yeah, quite. I'd love to be able to visit restaurants more often. I loved it there. So, what do you want to do now? I thought, would you maybe want to go in an alleyway and have a nice bit of fun? I mean, can I borrow your camera for a while? I was curious how it works, and I'd like to take a few photos here. Oh, sure, no problem. It's cold. I don't feel like taking much photos anyway. Thank you. Where do you want to go with it? The coast? Oh, I'd rather not. How about staying in the town? Sounds good to me. So, towards the square? Yeah. Flippy book. I haven't seen that one before. Yeah, okay. I tried. Also, let me just look at this little message here. Not important. I mean, there's important messages, but there's more important messages than others. This is so good. It's just chocolate. Bjorn holds out his bar in one paw, eating it by 2 pieces in each bite. I hold mine in both paws, eating in small bites, savoring the taste. For a second there was like, he's sharing the bar, and I was like, maybe not, but then it's like, well, you know how there's that indirect kiss thing? It's like, these two haven't kissed, but he sucked his dick. What a hoe. Why don't I buy these more often? What's delicious, and foremost, cheap. A real life hack. Not eating chocolate too often? I'm rarely get this hungry. Hey, it's you. Bjorn? The you I didn't know approached us. A wide smile appearing on Bjorn's snout as soon as he notices her. Gudrun. Gudrun sounds like vaguely foreign. Scandinavian, but not quite Norwegian. It is kind of funny to me that it's like, oh, they're like, oh, these people are foreigners, and it's like, ah, right. Tiny little countries compared to the United States. Or, I don't know, I mean, I guess Americans would call Mexicans foreigners, but not so much Canadians? I don't know. I don't really ask what Americans would consider foreign. Maybe she's Danish? Hey, didn't see you at the lectures. Where'd you hide? Ah, I left early, actually. There was something I had to attend. And who's your friend? I'm Dark. I study cognitive science. I'm on the 1st year. It's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you as well. I'm Gudrun. I'm on the same year as Bjorn. I thought he didn't have friends at the university other than Travis. Or maybe they don't know each other that well. What are you two doing? Just walking, in fact. How about you? The same. I thought I would see some more of the town before we come back to the guest house. Can I tag along? Or are you too busy? Bjorn glances in my direction, as if asking permission. I think she could. If he knows her, then why not? Sure, we're not really doing anything. Though Bjorn, you still want the camera, right? Yeah. Just let me finish eating first. I'm halfway done with my bar, but Bjorn is already at the last row, stuffing it all into his maw at once. Okay, now I'm done. Sighing at the display of gluttony and impatience, I open my bag and take out my camera, passing it Bjorn by the strap. Put your arm through it, and then put it around your neck. I think you'll have to loosen it a bit. Or by a lot. The strap is always a bit loose on me. I like wearing it like that, to have more mobility with the camera. But Bjorn can't even get his head through it now. Wait, I'll loosen it for you. A click on the mechanism and a few adjustments, and the strap fits Bjorn now, draped across his shoulder, the camera at his waist, pointing down to his crotch. It looks good against the backdrop of his red hoodie. The look really fits him, more than I thought it would. Is it comfortable? We could try a different fit if it's too tight. It's comfortable, thank you. Now, how do I use it? Oh, did you ever play with a DSLR? Oh, my grandma's camera. In automatic mode, yes. What the fuck's a DSLR? I wonder if it's like some super specific thing on a camera, or if it's like an electronic camera. So, where to start? Do you know what an ISO is? I started going through all the important controls with Bjorn, while Gudrun observes it all with interest, but keeping distance. Finally, he's ready to start, beaming with excitement, eager to take his new knowledge into the world and test it. Are you a professional photographer? You seem to know a lot about this. Professional? Oh, no, not at all. I wish. I just take photos, and I've read a book or two about this. They help me a lot to start. That's even better. You're free to do whatever you want. You can experiment however you like. Well, yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing. I'm doing a bit of analog photography too, trying out things, checking what I vibe with. You know, 'cause I'm a vibey guy. I'd like to be better at it though, at a professional level. Now I don't really know what I'm doing. The photographs I like, the ones I see in the albums or in galleries, they're photographs that speak to the viewer. It's like a transaction almost. They pull you in. You start a dialogue. You bring your beliefs, your experiences, your cultural context, and the photograph speaks to you. That's how I see it. But my photos, I don't think they say anything. They're just pretty at best. Not every photo the real artists take is like that. That's impossible. Some work, some don't. I think you don't have to worry about that now. Maybe you first have to find something that speaks to you, outside of photography. See it in the world before you take the camera. Maybe. I haven't thought about it like that. I assumed it's a matter of skill or resources. But maybe she's right, and it's not really about taking photos. Thanks. You're very wise. Oh, not at all. I just look around a lot. Say, do you remember the hits from the 90s? Mr. Prime Minister, Bust? Songs like Ecuador or Analas Jumbo? Yeah, what about them? Growing up, I always thought they were recorded in Latin America. That would make sense, right? Considering the titles and lyrics. But today, I've read that they're all German. I feel cheated. How nuts to have trust issues when the song titled Ecuador, with lyrics all in Spanish, is actually German. I don't know. I don't have many answers, actually. I feel like all I have are questions. Like, why are you guys feeling betrayed by German Spanish? Spanish German? Ooh. Early Town, I'd be happy to stay there a bit longer if we could. We will, tomorrow. Yeah, you're right. Haha, I remembered not to right-click, but to roll. Are you going to the film this evening? I haven't thought about it yet. I don't really plan that far ahead. I'll likely go. How do you read that? I'll likely go? Like you're asking a question? Like you're a valley girl? Unless something else comes up. I see as well. My friend said he has some plans. Who? Maybe I know him as well? Jorgen, the bat. Jorgen, of course I know him. Oh, what a coincidence. You could ask him too then. He mentioned something about a roof. I like Jorgen and Gudrun both, but I suspect I have other plans today, like making sweet love to all that bear. I'll be going now. See you at supper? See ya. Alone with Bjorn again. As much as I like Gudrun, I wanted to spend a bit more time with the bear. Playing with the camera engrossed him completely, yeah. He ran to me a few times to ask some technical questions, but he always ran off before I could ask him if he's enjoying himself. And then, in the bus, we both fell asleep almost as soon as we left. Electric engine carrying us near Sandlessly across the snowy road. So, what now? Want to come to my room? I don't really have any plans, but if you're not tired of me yet, we could just sit together or go somewhere. Sounds good, sure. Do you have coffee or something in there? I'd love some right now. I didn't bring any with me, and I'd love some too. I'll grab us two from the cafeteria. Oh, great idea. I bumped my shoulder against Bjorn playfully before walking away towards my room, the bear following. My room again. The nap in the bus helped me a little, but the bed still looks so inviting. I know it's a trap, though. If I lay down on it now, I wouldn't get up. I'm not made to get up early. Or made getting up early? Down goes my backpack, my jacket, and I plop myself up on the window sill, waiting for Bjorn. It's dark already. Surreal how short days there are here at this time of year. How can anything live with so little daylight? And it's still not December. When the sun doesn't rise at all for a few days. Imagine that seemingly endless night. Some less rays of the setting sun light up the sky in red hues. But it's the moon that reigns over the forests and mountains now. I walk back to my bag and grab my camera. Woo. Sorry. Reading makes me yawn. I'll back to the window and snap a photo of the night sky. This evening seems worth remembering. A sudden knock pulls me out of my thoughts, and I walk up to the door and open them, letting Bjorn in. He smiles, holding up 2 steaming cups, one in each paw. I hope you like Americano. It'll work. I prefer a cappuccino, but it's better than at keeping me awake. Okay, what's the difference between Americano and cappuccino? Cappuccino. Espresso, steamed milk, a layer of milk foam. Okay, diluting espresso shots in hot water, I guess without milk. Wait, how'd you knock? With my foot paw. You can put them down on the table. Oh, do you want to see your photos from the town? Absolutely. The camera screen is so small, I'm barely able to tell what I was shooting. The viewfinder was a bit better, but not exactly comfortable either. It's refreshing to see someone as excited about photos of Bjorn. He reminds me of myself when I got my first camera, and just ran around taking photos of everything. Now that I think about it, how would you take a camera photo? Because, like, we have flat faces-ish. But, yeah, you put your eye hole to the viewfinder, and it fits nicely. But if you have a big fucking mall right in the middle of the way, that would make it a bit difficult. You'd either have to tilt your head and take the camera in, was it landscape? Or you'd have to take it vertically. Just shooting photos in and of itself was important. Not that I was shooting. Not what I was shooting. It was a naive approach, but I had so much fun with it, shooting for the pure joy of it. The initial spark is gone now, and I don't take out my cameras often, though I cling to my dream of becoming a photographer one day. But looking at Bjorn, I kind of start to feel it again. My bulgy wogy. I'll plug the camera in and transfer the photos. It'll take a while. Sit down wherever you want. I sat down at the desk, and though I expected Bjorn to sit down on the bed, he takes another chair, keen to see the photos. I turn on the camera and start the transfer, opting to move all the photos from the camp so far. 25 minutes remaining. 25 minutes? I told you it would take a while. It's not the newest camera, unfortunately. So, what now? I mean, you got a big duck. I would like to see your duck again. We wait and drink our coffee. I grab a cup and take a sip. It's kinda nice, even without milk. Oh. Ooh, is this? Yep, sorry, I'm gonna have to take that. Sorry about that. It was one of those medical phone calls that I needed to do paperwork for. And then I stuffed nuts in my mouth. You know, those pistachios. Not the way Arvo here, the main character, stuffs nuts in his mouth. So are you in time? Okay, let's continue. I forgot to take pills today. I have them in my room. I'll pop in there real quick. I'll go with you. I don't have anything to do besides waiting. And I don't want to fall asleep or sip coffee alone. Sure. Actually, a cup of coffee sounds good right now. It's so quiet. Everyone must be in their rooms, resting after the trip. Bjorn is rather silent too, all of a sudden. I hope he's fine with me going with him, and it was an excuse to get away from, to get away for a moment. Knowing him, he'd tell me if he needs some time alone, though. He's so much more direct than my Finnish friends. I have no idea how I could forget about them this morning. I must have been more asleep than awake. I mean, he did get a blowjob. They were excited about that meeting in the bookstore. Yeah, that's likely. Bjorn grabs a plastic bottle from his bag and takes 2 pills, swallowing them ooh without water. My eyes fall on the label and catch the name involuntarily. It's an SSRI, I know. A friend in high school was taking the same. Okay, let's see. Selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. I never had these prescribed though. I know a lot about how they work on the brain. Can I hope it's not too personal, but I have seen that label before. I've read a lot about SSRIs, but I wonder, how do they feel? Sure. No, I don't mind. It's not that easy to describe. His voice quivers a bit at the end, and pauses for a long time before continuing. They kind of tone things down a bit. Lows aren't as low, but the highs get dulled too. They help me manage with stuff. Life gets a bit easier. I don't think someone who doesn't need them would benefit from them though. Oh, is he like bipolar or something? Like, I'm not sure what bipolar is. You should probably be looking at all these things because I probably have something wrong with me. Okay, maybe not wrong, but not normal. I don't know. But, it's like bipolar, you have high highs and low lows or something like that. I don't know. Probably should, like, watch a YouTube video which is like, this is ADHD. This is bipolar. This is depression. And then has a picture of me for depression. Haha, got him. And withdrawal sucks. I'm glad I remembered about them now, and not later. Pills. Pills always make me anxious for some reason. I never liked the idea of taking any, but it's cold. Oh, be it cold medicine or vitamins or anything else, and I take any only if I had to. Yeah, there was this thing like when I broke my hand, they were like, "Here's oxytocin or oxycodone or something like that." I can't remember what was the thing that caused the big painkiller thing in America, but I was like, yeah, this sounds rather hard, and my hand doesn't hurt, so I'm going to keep away from that shit. Because I don't want to, suddenly become a drug addict, another victim of the Sacklers. No. Maybe it's the dislike of the idea of relying on something external. I'm not sure. I guess sometimes you have to. I'll undress while I'm here, if you don't mind. Bjorn takes off his hoodie, tossing it to the bed. Then he takes off his shoes, and after a moment of hesitation, ditches the socks too, throwing them into the plastic bag on the wall. I don't think he needs shoes as a bear, not outdoors at least. Better. We'll take a leak, and we can go back. Well, I'm thirsty, so that solves our problem. Be right back. The door closes behind Bjorn, and I deflate. Here, back in his room, my thoughts circle back to last night. Maybe that's why Bjorn's so tense. Is he remembering it too? Neither of us mentioned it yet. Context for now, content for now letting it hang between us. But here, with Bjorn's scent permeating the room, I can't not think about it. Great. Now, I also have a boner to hide. I kinda hoped he'd say something about it in town. Feeling physically close to him was super nice, and I'd love more of it. More than just sneaky leaning on his arm in the bus. I sit down on his bed, the same bed we slept in last night, next to his hoodie. I haven't felt any awkwardness between us during the day, so I have no reason to believe there's anything wrong between us. But I wouldn't want to just forget about it and act like it didn't happen when I enjoyed it so much. And I'm back. Hey, I was wondering about yesterday. I scratched my head awkwardly, not really sure how to approach this. It really did happen, right? Yeah. And you're not mad at me or unhappy or anything? If I did something you weren't comfortable with? No. Don't worry. I didn't expect it, but I enjoyed it. Exhale with relief. Oh, I thought there was like a heart thumping sound in the background, slumping on my bed. That was one awkward moment. But it looks like it was even more awkward for Bjorn, who's standing with his eyes glued to the floor, paws gripping the sides of his trousers. How about we go back to my room? The transfer should end soon. Yeah. Can't wait. Like changing my cum to your mouth. Yeah, I have photos on my hard drive now. Want to take a look? I'd like to go through the photos too, but Bjorn seems so excited to have no heart. I have no heart to make him wait. Of course. I get off the chair and let Bjorn sit in front of the laptop. If I had a canine tail instead of his if he had a tones of a cute short one peeking from his trousers, I'd imagine it'd be wagging with excitement. Your photos start here. I grab the mouse and click on the first of Bjorn's photos, a lamppost from the street we started on. Now that I think about it, taking photos with a camera instead of a cell phone seems a lot better. It's a tad blurry. The shutter speed must have been a bit slow. The exposure is way off too. The sky just a sea of white. An empty space, as if the town was swimming in nothingness. Sea of white. A memory flashes through my mind suddenly. Synapses triggered by the sight. I go up the stairs and to the bathroom in my house. How old am I? 14? No more. I close the door behind myself. I do not turn on the light. I don't want to. There's a faint glow seeping from under the door, and it's enough for me. I'm deep in thoughts, inside my own world. I don't want light to dispel the magic. I look outside, at the small bathroom window, facing north, but I see nothing. There are no stars, no shining moon, no trees. The window is too high, and the angle too big for me to see any. There's just a void, pure nothingness. I'm floating in space, and there's no outside world. As long as I don't come closer and look at the force below, I can pretend nothing else is beyond this house, and me inside exists. Watch Bjorn's face reflected in the screen. There's a slight but sweet smile on his face, pure and true. A strange happiness fills me, akin to warm syrup, a gentle glow flowing down, slowing down the time, turning the moment into a frame. As long as I don't look away out the window, I can pretend there's no outside world, just the two of us, here in this room. Before I know, a pause on Bjorn's head, petting him gently. He freezes in surprise, but doesn't protest. Blushing, and goes back to the photos, the next 3 ones showing just the sky. His fur is soft and silky, my padded fingers brushing into it with ease. The photo next is of me. I'm smiling, with my paw half raised, captured mid-movement. Gudrun is standing a bit further to the side, looking away, both her paws in her pockets. Did he take this photo of me? Did he take a photo of me to make me happy? Or maybe he wasn't thinking about it at all, and just wanted to capture anything around. Could he have wanted to remember this moment? The 3 of us together in the snowy town? I remember it perfectly, even without the photo. But it's nice to have one, or even better, print one, and have physical proof of the past. Objective and unchanging. Bjorn stops scrolling. He's purring gently. Can bears purr? It's more of a rumble, actually. Whatever the sound he's making is called, it's true, but also deep and resonant, hinting at the strength and immensity of his body. He melts into my gentle strokes, paws gripping his trousers again. What's the meaning of what I'm doing right now? I'm sure Bjorn is thinking of that. But I don't know myself, acting instinctively, doing what feels right, and unzip his trousers. I don't care to move my paw anywhere else. And I don't have to. This is all I want and need for now. Are you happy with the photos? Yeah, it's super cool to take them. And it's nice to see them now. It's a much different form of expression than writing. It was unfamiliar, but exciting. These aren't very good, are they? They don't have to be. What's important is that you like them. But honestly, I like them a lot too. Your enthusiasm and curiosity really comes through in them. That one long exposure with the corner of the street, it looks great. A bit blurry. Image stabilization isn't that great on my camera, but it's a very solid idea. I even felt a tiny pang of envy when I took them. I don't have that many ideas when I go to take photos. Not lately. To be honest, I love to take photos this unique myself. I don't think there's not much going on in mine. Aw, that can't be true. Talking about it with Bjorn opened my eyes. Maybe I should sit down and think of what I truly want to do, what interests me, instead of going to Glimmer and seeing what others do and trying to replicate that somehow. It took me a while. I was like, was it not Tinder, like Tumblr or something? I don't know. Or not Grindr, you know, something. What's the good in trying to make the crowd-pleasing photos if you look at them and they don't feel like they're even mine? But I don't want to make this about myself. I'm happy that Bjorn enjoyed the whole experience and seems really happy about it too. There's no need to drag my own efforts into photography into this. I pat Bjorn's head once again. You did a great job. Thanks. He chuckles, leaning into my paws. Can you send them to me somehow? Sure, I'll help them load them to the cloud, and give you a link. I can do that now, actually. I only need my laptop. Yeah, sure. I sit down, open my cloud, and make a new folder for the photos, and start the upload. It's not going very fast, though. The internet here is kinda shitty. I'll give you a link in like an hour or so, once I transfer. The sky is pretty clear today. No wonder there's a bad connection to the cloud. Ah. I left a note in my room. I'll go for it and be back soon. And he storms out of the room, not even closing the door behind himself. What could be so important they'd need to run it for it like that? Anyway, there's a lot of time till supper. I have my own photos to go through, and maybe to develop. If I have the energy and patience, I could start with it at least. Before I open the program, one sec, the sunsets just annoyed me. I got it. I open up the program, Bjorn's back. Oh, that was fast. I got an idea, but I don't want to escape before I know it down. The notebook app that would be more convenient for that. A notebook app would be more convenient. But I don't want to point it out. He surely knows it as well. Can I sit on the bed? Go ahead. I don't mind. Thank you. Open the program now, and start importing the photos, all the ones I transferred. Generating miniatures. Right, I forgot how slow the laptop is. This will take a moment too. And, Dark, can I take off my trousers? They're not the most comfortable to lay on a bed in. Well, I don't mind. Go ahead, I can handle a bit of indecency. I certainly did yesterday. Perhaps that's why he's so meek about it. Thanks, appreciated. What are you writing? Oh, he's Bolgy Wogy. I got inspired after meeting with Snoutguard. We have a lot of ideas. I could start sketching them out even now. But thinking about writing always goes better than actual writing. I have to start, and then I'll see. Wait, I got a notification. Bjorn takes the phone out of his pocket, glancing at the screen. Something important? I have notifications only for emails and calls, so usually it's from my professor. They're with the results of last week's test. What subject? Neuropathology and animal models of neurodegenerative diseases. A subject I'm repeating. Ow. How'd it go? I'm about to see, but don't keep my hopes high. The whole subject is a nightmare. You should see the amount of material we've had for it. We had to read 3 whole books during the semester, and that's on top of the lectures we had. I'd give so much for a passing grade. I really need it. I'd even blow the professor, if he wasn't married. I mean, that doesn't mean he can't blow the professor. Since when did this ever stop anyone? His husband works in the university library. I could never go there again. Well, maybe you can blow both of them. Maybe they're in an open relationship. You never know before you ask. What are you doing, main character? Dark. I was joking. I don't think that'd help. I'd hope to cheer him up, but this seems serious. With a deep sigh, he hesitantly taps at the screen. And? Bjorn deflates, his shoulders slouching, with a content sigh. I failed. Oh. But it wasn't like an important exam, at least. It was. I'm kind of wondering how long this scene will go, but I think we'll go back. I should have done it right here, or maybe right here. Oh well. Sorry, I think we're gonna be a joke and be like, hey, do. What will happen on the next Let's Play? Did he pass or did he fail? You know. But Yeah, it's like, how long are these things going to be? Because we're already like 5 minutes past the 30-minute mark. So, end of this Let's Play. So please comment, because I like comments, don't you like dislike, tips as always. If you like my YouTube and likes it, bro, then please subscribe and check out the video step 8, bro. And please remember to spend your ammo to help control the pet population so it doesn't, bro. And if you want to play this game, it's available for free on itch.io. But if you want people that are making this game, and when the newest version earlier, Patreon, $5 a month. And until next time, let's play me, GamerWolfSix of Dawn Chorus. So thanks and see ya.